Let me segue to Coach Prime really quickly. First of all, I want to say this. I rooted for Colorado last Saturday. I watched the game. I rooted for them. And the reason I rooted for them is I do not appreciate white men scheming and strategizing to undermine the opportunity of a black man. I don't like it in corporate America. I don't like it in public education. I don't like it in sports. For other coaches around the NCAA to share information with each other in hopes of destroying this black man's success, it was distasteful. It was distasteful. I also happen to be a fan of Shedeur Sanders. I don't blame Shedeur Sanders for going with his father from Jackson State to Colorado because that's his father. I think we can all understand that. So I'm not upset with the sons of Deion going from Jackson State to Colorado. That's their father. He's the leader of that family. Even though they're young men, he's the leader. I don't blame Shedeur. I happen to be a fan of Shedeur Sanders. I think that young man can one day be one of the greatest quarterbacks who ever played in the NFL. This brother is throwing 300, 400, 500 yards like it's nothing, running for 2 and 3 touchdowns a game like it's nothing. He outplayed the Heisman winner. Shedeur Sanders outplayed the Heisman winner in that game against USC. But let me get back to my point. Even though I'm standing in solidarity with Deion Sanders against the white hate, because white people don't like to see black people do well. They don't even like to see one of us do well, not when it is in competition with them. Deion Sanders is on target to revolutionize Division I football. He's on target to do that. So some of you are going to say, well, wait a minute, Dr. Umar. Wait a minute. I thought you was against him leaving Jackson State. I am. Against him leaving Jackson State. He should have never done it. Because when Deion Sanders leaves the NCAA for the NFL, what would have been the sum total benefit to the black community? Zero. All the money he's making for Colorado, all the championships he may win at Colorado, all the white coaches he's going to defeat at Colorado, all the game changing he's doing as a black head coach in a white male dominated profession. What will be the sum total of Deion's contribution to the black community when he leaves Colorado? It's a zero. So I'm never backing down from my premise he should have never abandoned the HBCU league. I'm ride or die HBCU. I'm ride or die HBCU. I'm ride or die HBCU. But I'm standing in solidarity because I don't like when white people target black males. So I just wanted to clear that up, brothers and sisters. Everything Deion achieves at Colorado, it's for Deion. And we as black people have to get over this insatiable need to prove our worthiness to Caucasians. I can't believe we're still trapped in that mindset 400 years later. And we are still trapped in a mindset that says we have to prove to white people that we can coach. We have to prove to white people, stop calling me, I'm live. We have to prove to white people that we can coach. We have to prove to white people that we can do science. We have to prove to white people that we can be mentally gifted. We have to prove to white people that we can run our own business. We have to prove to white people that we can control our emotions. I'm sick and tired of black people feeling like they have to integrate with white people to prove to white people that we are capable. Who are they for us to have to prove anything to? Who are they for us to have to prove anything to? Who are they for us to have to prove anything to? And Coach Prime is guilty of that. Coach Prime is guilty of that. He could have done the same thing at Jackson State. But he could have created a system that would have saved HBCU sports and HBCU universities forever. He chose money over the movement. I understand Deion is not that man. But what I can say is I appreciate Deion Sanders for being the father that he is. Watching him and his son work together, watching him and his son walk out on that field together, dismantling all the stereotypes that black men don't love their children, black men don't want to raise their children. That man is present and available for all his sons, the ones who play on the field and the ones who don't, including his daughter, who's going to be a basketball player. So as a father, Deion Sanders gets an A++. As a father, he gets an A++. But as a black man committed to the best interests of the black community, he gets an F. It's no different than LeBron James. As a father, LeBron James gets an A++. As a responsible black man, LeBron James gets an A++. As a black man committed to the black community, he gets an F. Because there were too many times he could have done something, not say something, but done something, not say something, but done something, not say something to change things in the black community. Now, for the Negro peons in the chat saying how long Deion should have stayed at Jackson State, I'm not going to entertain that with you, because for you to even ask that question tells me you understand nothing I'm talking about. You have no space in your heart to sacrifice for your people. You have no space in your heart to be loyal to your people. You have no space in your heart to work or struggle for your people. So for a Negro to push back against what I'm saying, you're just letting me know you are one of those Negro peons. That's all you're telling me. Because we are in the age of the disloyal black man. We are in the age where black men no longer give a damn about what happens to the black community. Not just the celebrities, but everyday Pookies and Ray Rays. Everyday Pookies. We are in the age of the black man no longer being committed to the black community. It's a shame. And it's very sad. I was at the Museum of the American Revolution today studying some of the sacrifices of our great black men of the 18th century, 19th century, 20th century. Yes, I can blame you. Stop being a damn coward. If we put half the attention into building the community that we put into following sports, if we put half the energy into building the community that we put into chasing women, if we put half the energy into the black community that we spend marrying white girls, if we put half the energy into the community that we spend flossing and dripping and looking good and competing with each other and running our mouth on social media and gossiping and slandering, if we put half the energy in the black community that we put in everything else we do, we be free already. We be free already. So to Terrell Owens and any other black man out there, don't use black women as the excuse. Don't say because black women didn't give you no attention in high school, you won't consider dating one in your 40s. That's ridiculous. White people have rejected us for 400 years, and yet we crawl back. White people have been rejecting us for 400 years, and yet we crawl back. White people have been rejecting us for 400 years, and yet we crawl back. So don't tell me because a few black girls teased you in high school, you so traumatized that you can only date white girls. That is an excuse. That is an excuse. You are a bunny hopper. Look in the mirror and tell all your female ancestors, all the black women of your family tree going back thousands of years, I want you to look in the mirror and tell your queen mother ancestors, thousands of black women who are responsible for you being on this planet. And I want you to look in the mirror and tell all your female ancestors, you're not good enough for me. Look your black ass in the mirror, Charles Barkley. Look your black ass in the mirror, Joel Embiid. Look your black ass in the mirror, any Negro without a black woman, and tell all your female ancestors, all those queen mothers from the beginning of civilization, you're not good enough for me. You're not good enough for me. I had to go bunny hop. Peace and Pan-Africanism.